Okay, here we go. Hey everybody, we're here. It's me, just Steph, and Bryan Scott. Yay.
What's up, everyone?
Hey, I was gonna wear my Brady shirt today, but I didn't.
Oh,
I was being good.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I said no. I'm gonna respect my Falcon here. So anyway, I'm excited to have you here today. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, who's out there?
Yes.
I don't know, but let's see. I'm gonna share this video, and I shared all the links on the Title Boxing.
Okay, nice.
So
Nice.
So.
Did you share how awesome of a job you did too? You completely crushed it, the class.
Oh God.
Killed it. Love it.
Oh, well, I love that. I just love the workout. I mean, for me, I think because in my brain, I like to know what's coming next.
Right.
Even though it's different.
Something different, right.
Because it's a different
Yes.
trainer, I like that. So, but I just like boxing, and
Yes.
you know what, I think for a lot of people, working out is not, a lot of people don't love it.
You're right.
It's a lot of work.
You're right. It is.
And you have to, it's an effort
Yes.
and all that.
Yes.
So, for me, to really love that and actually want to go, because I get what I get out of it, the energy is awesome.
Right.
Like, I love that energy. I feel great. So,
Nice.
I love it.
Nice. You're right. Not everyone likes to work out. Some people don't like to sweat.
But I want to talk about today, though, and we'll talk about this further, because I think girls are a little intimidated by
Very
boxing.
much so. Yeah.
Because they're afraid they have to really hit somebody,
Yes.
or
That's
that
the
it's
first
too
thing that they
violent,
think. Yes.
or that it's a boy thing,
Yes.
or whatever. But we're going to talk about that
Okay.
because,
All right.
it's not true. It's not true.
No, it's not.
It's a lie. A lot of top models,
A lot of them do that. Yes.
they all
Yes.
box. Because they cross train.
It's such a great
And athletes cross train on the off season with boxing.
With boxing, yeah.
So it's a great workout.
Low impact, stress reliever, it's therapeutic.
I know. It's nothing better than hitting a bag
Right.
or a person. I'm just kidding. Terrible. I actually have sparred.
Really?
Yeah, I have all the gear.
How'd it go?
I did it a couple years ago, and I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, actually. I sparred with a girl who was going to be starting to actually fight.
Okay.
So, in my mind, she's a fighter, so
Right.
I've got to go in there with my dukes up and ready to go. So I
Right,
started.
right.
I was killing her. Like, I was just hauling. She was a
Right.
young girl.
Yes.
She was smaller than me, but heavier.
Okay.
And but she, what happened was the trainer stopped it because I was overbearing with her.
Really?
But then so he gave us parameters.
Okay.
So that was all right. I'm like, what are you doing? You're taking away my two? That's my thing. But
Right,
anyway, so
right.
she hit me with some body shots that didn't hurt.
Okay.
But then when he let us 5 minutes, then when he let us go back at it again, she hit me one shot in the head, and I had all the gear on, and it went ying, 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 and I go, I'm done. I'm almost 50. I'm not doing this anymore. No, I'm done. Because no matter how good you are, you're getting hit.
You're gonna get hit.
You're
right.
getting hit.
You try not to.
So,
right, but
yes. And I
You
clearly was
touched.
outboxing her.
Mm.
And it clearly, if I went to town, I probably would have hurt her.
Yes.
If we had no, but because she was new.
Right. Okay.
She was new at
New
it.
Gotcha.
She was new at it. It wasn't,
Gotcha.
But now I like to get in the
Yes.
ring. I'll spar with guys that want to work on their defense.
Okay.
So they're not hurting.
Yeah, so they're not
hitting
throwing
me.
punches, right? You're
They'll
throwing
show me where
punches and
when
they'll-
I'm open.
Yes.
They're like they'll push me around a little bit,
Yes.
which and I start laughing. But but when but I get to hit them as hard as I
you get
want.
to hit them, yeah.
Those
Yeah,
heavyweights, man, they're slow, but you can hit them as hard as you want. But
Yes.
the little guys, they wear me out because I can't find. I chase them around the ring.
Yes.
So, do you spar?
I don't. When I got finished playing football, I made a promise to my wife I would never hit or get hit again.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. Well, the
Yes.
hitting's tough.
Mm.
So, and you're lean for, I mean, you're lean. Were you that lean when you were playing for Falcons?
You know what? I'm right about the same plane.
Because, see, I'm not on a radio right now, so I can say this, but like a blubbed over stomach and a fat ass is like the only place that works is the NFL. I'm going, oh my God, this guy's stomach is like blubbing over, and the ass is like out here, but they're running like lightning.
Well, so for the record, right? I know guys look it, but they're in shape now. You know, guys are big, but they can move.
I know.
They can move. Yes.
I'm like, they need a diet, but they're moving.
No, they can move. And the way that it's structured, you know, every NFL team takes your body fat, and
right.
It's very. I don't think people even realize if you're overweight. When I was playing, you would get fined per pound per day, $400 and something per pound per day.
Oh, if you were
overweight.
Oh.
So yeah, when you see some of those big guys, don't think that they're overweight, because yeah.
but like their shirt is a little too small for them.
Yeah,
like,
well, because you
want
want the jersey to be tight so people can't grab it, right?
Oh.
Yeah. But don't, man,
so their little blubbies is all right. It's
listen,
working.
they can move now. Yes.
They can move.
Oh yeah, they can run. Yes.
Who do you like tonight? I'm going to be watching. I'm going to have a little football party. You should come over with your family, and I'll be wearing my Patriots jersey. Well, you know I go to a Falcons meetup with my Brady shirt on.
I'm sure.
And my kids are like, Mom, what's wrong with you?
Doesn't matter who's playing. I'm sure.
Are we on? What do we got? 1 minute. So, well, yeah, my kids are like, Mom, because we have a house divided.
Yes.
Can you hear? Is it just one? Sometimes it's just one.
Let me see. You hear the music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so my kids are like, because I got 2 kids that love the Falcons and the Braves, and 2 that are Red Sox, Patriots, whatever. But it's all fun. Oh, here we go. Let's pray. But so let's see who's in this. My Chrissy. Look at you, good for you. Thank you. Who else is on? I gotta see who's on. So, what's this? Hi, Christy Abrams. Let's see. All right. We're coming up. We're going live in a second, kids.
Right.
Hang tight. This is going to be a fun day. Okay, here we go. Here we go, kids. Ooh, girl, you're shining like a Fifth Avenue diamond. They don't make you like they used to. You're never going out of style. It's a Just Steph show. Move South, who shows you how to enjoy life. Right here on Love 860. And featuring Living Atlanta.
Yeah.
Steffi, you're so classic. Hey, this is Steph Palermo, and it's the Just Steph Show. Everybody has 2 lives. The second one begins when you realize you only have one. We are second lifers. We're empty nesters, newly single, and those starting over age 3. Your healthy, happy, hip years are just beginning. The bat phone is connected, so give me a buzz to chat today, 404-355-8699. Tell me what's going on in your life. I want to hear from you. We have a great show planned today. It's going to be so much fun. I have Bryan Scott here, from former linebacker, Falcons linebacker. What else? You played for Buffalo?
I did play for Buffalo. Hey, Steph, thanks for having me on.
I'm happy you're here, but...
So, actually, my football story, so I was drafted as a corner.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I played
Somebody
corner,
said you were a linebacker.
And then,
I just took it on
most
that.
of my career as safety, and then it wasn't until my last 2 years
that you
out
were
of a 10-year career I played linebacker. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you can switch it up.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah, pretty versatile.
Well, there you go. You gotta be flexible, I guess, right?
Exactly.
In a lot of ways. So I'm happy to have you here because more importantly to me, I mean, than the Falcons is your involvement with title boxing.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about we're going to talk a little bit about football. We're going to talk about the boxing workout. We're going to talk about why fall is the best time to fall in love, and then I want to hear about your journey.
Yes.
And talk about what's next for title boxing
Awesome.
in Atlanta, and then of course then it's living Atlanta for Where to Be this weekend. So I have a quick. Now I say this when football starts, I try to give the football lineup for the important games over the weekend. Not so much for the guys because they all know, but more for the girlfriends. So in the wives. So Louisville this is for my friend my Paul Oliva. Louisville is at North Carolina at noon on Saturday. Jacksonville is at Georgia Tech. So that's here. Wake Forest is at Boston College. That's just because I'm from Boston. And Fresno is at Alabama, and that's at 3:30. Nebraska is at Oregon at 4:30. Georgia is at Notre Dame at 7:30, and my son just started at Mississippi State.
Nice. Okay.
I'm going to visit him this weekend,
Nice.
The Mississippi State is at Louisiana Tech. That's why I'm going there because there's no game,
Okay.
and I could get a hotel. And then for NFL tonight.
Wait a second. Rewind. Wait.
What?
You missed one of the most important schools.
Which one?
I'm a Penn Stater.
Oh, sorry.
Who does Penn State have
Okay.
this weekend?
Oh, my God.
Let's talk about my
wait.
beloved Nittany Lions.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know. There's a sandwich shop in Boston that when I
Yes.
worked called Penn State. The whole place is
Yes.
Penn State top to bottom. I don't know, when are they playing? Do you know?
Actually, I don't even know. I know they play Saturday. I think they play Pittsburgh this week, actually.
Okay.
They're on with Pitt, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know. I'm sorry. So what?
It is all good, and I think Pitt comes to us, I believe. If I'm not- I'm
Oh,
not
there you
mistaken.
go.
Yeah.
So do you ever get
Yeah.
back there?
I don't, not as much as I would like to.
Right. So
But
they
yes,
must
I
be
definitely
super
have to
proud of you.
Oh man, what, the Penn State Nation?
Yes.
I'm proud of them.
Aww.
It's not about me. It's not about me. That's why we say we are Penn State.
There you
Yes.
go. Yeah, but it's so nice to have somebody that, that makes the big leagues, right? So, okay, so there we go. All right, my sound went on. Okay, so now for NFL,
Yes.
this is now, I know everybody knows who starts tonight. It's raising the banner at, in New England, that's right. Kansas City is at New England. Now, why is Kansas City playing New England? Do they come in last year, or first, or second, third? Where'd they come?
Kansas City, I thought they finished pretty high, right?
They did? I wonder how they pick it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, listen, I'm just here for the party. I just want to make the dip and hang out and talk.
No, I think as far as scheduling goes, the league is all about money, right? So you want good ratings. You
Right.
can't have the first game.
Yeah, it can't be a blowout. Yeah, it will be though. Anyway, so no, but then on Sunday, Atlanta is at Chicago. The Falcons are at Chicago at 1 o'clock.
Yep.
Now for my girl Laura Reek, who's from Arizona, Arizona is at Detroit at 1. And I'm saying this because my girl at home, her daughter just made the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. New York is at Dallas at 8:30 p.m. So I'm going to watch that so I can see Alex doing a little thing.
Nice.
So that's exciting. So let's talk a little bit about football because there's a lot going on.
Yes, there is a lot. going on.
Yeah, I mean, what do you
Yes.
think? What do you think the loss? Because it was such a. I mean, really, I'm going to say this: the Falcons should have won the Super Bowl. They really should have. That's a sin. Like they went in fourth quarter, 25
Yes.
by 25
Big
points.
lead, yes.
And
Yes.
but what do you think that's going to do to them? With their spirit for the rest of
For this
season.
you know what? It's one of those things where you have to put last year behind you.
Right.
We can't even talk about last year. That was last year. We're now starting a new season.
There you go.
Right? A new attitude. I know some players are going to carry a chip on their shoulder. And, a lot of people were blaming it on that one play, the sack.
Right.
But you know what? Football, there's so many different moving parts that
Right.
come with it. Am I heartbroken? Yes. I would have loved to see Atlanta get that ring, especially for Mr. Blank, because I
Right.
don't think any owner deserves it more than he does.
He's a very good guy.
He's a great guy.
He's a very great guy.
But yeah, we're back. Man, listen, new season, new
Right.
stadium.
I know.
Let's go. Come on.
I know. It's so funny
Rise
because
up.
that's right. There you go. That's right. I mean, it's a I haven't been in there, but I saw the pictures, and so many friends of ours went to the preseason game with Arizona.
Yes.
And what a great
It's
place.
great, man. It's awesome. I was able to take a tour of it. It
Nice.
is unbelievable.
Oh, what a beautiful
Yes.
place. It's
Great
really
football experience.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, hopefully I get to get there at some point. So that'd be fun. Because I think, you got to do it. It's great. I just went for the first time to the new Braves stadium.
Okay, yeah.
Which was lovely. Yeah, it was the
Yes.
first time I was there. Lovely. I mean, great venue. Lots of stuff going on. It's a lot of fun. Well, I can almost walk there from my house.
Nice.
It's
right there,
it was
yeah.
a $5 Uber ride.
Okay, that's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, so it's
That is
it
awesome.
beats the parking and all that. So
Yes.
yeah, it's great. It's just such a great venue. So Atlanta's doing a lot of good stuff
Doing
with
great things.
with their sports.
I love
So
to see.
and
Yes.
it's great. And you know what? And I think that had the Falcons won, I would have been really happy for the city. Like I think that even though I am a Boston girl, I think that they worked very hard to be where they were last year, and
They did.
and so
Yeah.
and they actually probably deserve that win. So I mean, I'm sorry, but it is what it is,
No,
right?
it's all good. Yes.
So let's talk a little bit more about football, because there's a couple of things that is going on now. Ezekiel Elliott's been suspended for assault, but what happened was, from what I understand, this is the word on the street, is that they investigated the girl that was
Right.
accusing him,
Right,
and she's a
right.
fraud looking for money or whatever. And Goodell is bringing down the hammer again and abusing his power. What do you think about that?
With the suspension?
Yeah.
I think it's just kind of funny. You're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? When something comes up, if you don't take action, people are like, well, it's taking you so long to do something about it. However, if you take action, then it's like, he's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, right? So it's just kind of a hairy subject. Now that, what's interesting is, if he's been proven innocent, why is that suspension still in place? And I guess this is where it's like, having been on the inside a little bit, you know that there's things that always happen within a team, within a locker room, that it doesn't really make it to the media, and then we kind of just are like getting bits and pieces of information, but we don't know the whole story. So there has to be something else that's kind of going on.
Why?
That
we don't know.
Exactly. Why it was handed out. But who knows?
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe there's, I don't know why. We don't know. Okay, so what you're saying, we don't know the little nitty gritty that maybe Goodell knows something more than we know. Right? But maybe part of it is, don't put yourself in this predicament.
That is very true.
You should not be in a predicament where anybody is abusing anybody and getting accused of it.
That is very true.
I don't know. I mean, don't put yourself
in compromising situations.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not that, anything, I don't know, it's kind of sticky, but, it is what it is. So, okay, so this is a little controversial, and I wasn't really quite sure about bringing this up because I'm not very political, and I don't like to talk politics, but I guess there's been a little bit of scuttlebutt about the guys sort of kneeling during the national anthem and all of that. So I have my opinion on that, but so, but what do you think about that?
You know what? So I will say it's one of those things that we fight for freedom to be able to express ourselves, right? And whether you agree with it or not, to peacefully take a knee, if that's how you feel, then I think you should be able to do it, and I don't think it should be followed up with a lot of hatred towards anybody.
Right.
And take it away from politics and, protesting for whatever reason. Like, you have different religious organizations that are here, and, they've been sitting for a long time, not standing for the flag. And again, it's just, I'm just full of love that I'm like, listen, whatever the reason why you have to do it, okay, I may not agree with it, but I'll accept it, right? And just kind of keep it moving. So, it's just a very hairy subject. And I will say, though, Kaepernick, I don't think it's right for him to not get a job because of what he's done, right, as far as the flag goes. I just don't think that's right. I think there's been instances in players that have done far worse than taking a knee, that have gotten second and third and fourth chances in the league, right? And this young man is his career is probably over because of, he was quietly protesting. So, I don't know.
Right. It's interesting. I mean, we talked a little bit about this prior to going on air, and my thought on this is, and I feel like, I think that everybody should have a choice in how they want, what they believe and what they think and all of that.
Right.
Like, that's why we're Americans. Like, I definitely believe that. However, I'm also a little bit old school, and I think that if everybody listened to Don Corleone, we would all be all right. Because the Don told his son, never let anybody know outside the family know what you're thinking.
What you're thinking, right.
So I think within the family, we can have a little bit, disagreement and not agree. But if we let our enemies know what we're thinking and how we're feeling, that gives them power over us.
Power.
Like the Russians or whoever else,
Right.
And I think, in a house divided will fall.
Right. And so I agree with that, right? And especially when it comes to relationships, like parents, you guys stick together, right? You're one team. Here's a question though. How do you bring that up, I guess, because if we're saying America's a family,
right?
What is the sounding board to express, your feeling,
right,
without it getting out?
Right. I don't, it's probably not possible.
Yeah.
It's probably not, what I'm saying is probably impossible. However, I think that there's a lack of, I think, okay, you might not agree with the president, but he is our president.
Right.
So now we need to have a respect for the office and respect for whatever. Like, we might not like what, his politics and what he does.
Right.
I'm not even going there. But I think that there has to be some respect for authority, and because this is it trickles down, and this is why kids are beating up their teachers, and they're not listening to the parents. And I think we need to be good examples for one another, and a good example of love and respect.
Yes.
Because each individual, each person, from the garbage man to the president of the United States, need to be treated with dignity and respect.
I agree.
Everybody. I treat everybody the same. Like, when I walk into the supermarket, I'm as loving and kind to the lady behind the meat counter as I would be to, I don't know, anybody.
I agree. I completely agree.
Tom Brady. I'm just saying. Well, I would like him a little better.
Oh,
but that's, just a little bit. Yeah, I hear the one that Oh my God! All right, so we got to move along. We're so behind. So, did you do anything fun this weekend?
You know what? I can't tell you what I did this weekend, but that's always a good thing.
Oh,
it's always a good
I don't know.
Thing. It was Labor Day, so wait a second. Now let me take that back. So, okay, we had at Title Boxing Club, we had an awesome class on Labor Day, Monday.
Oh.
Yes. The class was packed. Right. It was unbelievable. It was awesome. High energy, multiple trainers, and outside of that, I think I went home and just kind of kicked my feet up and enjoyed family life. Yeah.
Right. Well, I was in Boston, so I did stuff over there and saw friends and actually met some high school friends and stuff. And then Saturday night, I kicked it up with my best guy, and we went out to eat in East Boston. And then we went to see a friend of ours. There's a group that sings all the disco tunes, and everybody was there. You show up to a place and everyone's there.
Right.
So everybody was there. So it was great. Yesterday I had lunch at Buttermilk Kitchen. That was excellent. And then last night was at the Imperial Fez.
Okay.
And the food is so good there.
It's good.
Oh my gosh, it was awesome. Yeah, so I had a little party to go to. But this weekend I'm going to go to Mississippi State.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about boxing, before we get into the whole dating thing. But I want to talk about it's pretty trendy. Yeah, it's the eye of the tiger, baby.
Yes.
So what made you go into boxing? Were you doing boxing while you were training?
So I was actually, yes. That's my first time boxing was in 2004. I just finished my rookie season, right? And some of the older guys were like, listen, it's the off season, we're going to go down and box. And so I started boxing in the off season to get ready for training camp.
Right.
And I was one of those guys that, workout warrior in my mind, right, that did everything. Cycled, swam, lift weights, do field work.
Right.
And I was being great shape. But boxing, it just destroyed me. I mean, after one round, on just a heavy bag, I was like, all right, I don't know why. Am I not in shape? How am I going to go back into training camp? And so that's how I started it.
Right.
So then you fast forward, 10 years in the NFL. I retired. I spent my first year at home. I didn't do anything. I didn't want to see weight. I was at home just on daddy duty, right?
Right.
And I was
Did you gain weight?
I did gain weight. Yes, I did. Yes. When I show people my before and after picture, they're like, no, that was not you. I'm like, no, it was, right? I was just burned out. I didn't want to do anything physically. And being on daddy duty, I was driving her crazy. She was like, you have to do something. You cannot retire at the ripe age of 31 years old, right? So, I found out about Title Boxing Club, and I just fell in love with it. I became a member first, and then I bought in and I became a franchisee. So now here we are 2.5 years later, and I'm so passionate about it. I love it.
Yes. So let's sort of dispel some of the, myths about boxing. It isn't just for boys.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Right?
It's not. Well, first let's start with this. Title Boxing Club, we say get fit, not hit. Right? Because there is such an intimidation factor that people think, oh, boxing, am I going to have to fight somebody? Somebody's going to hit me? And that's not even how it is.
See, that's kind of what I like.
Yeah, it's you versus the bag.
I'm Sicilian. What do you want? I love a good fight. So, no, go ahead.
No, so, that's title, right? Everybody gets their own bag. And when you walk in, we have 60 hanging heavy bags, and we specialize in the power hour. So it is just get fit, not hit, total body workout, 1 hour, right? We're going to push you. We're going to push you to new limits. And ultimately, we're going to have fun.
Well, I have to say the warm-up is the hardest. I'm like, oh my God, this is supposed to be warming up. I'm dying.
Our warm-up is most people's workout.
Yeah, it really is. It's great. It's great. So, there's a lot of things that go along with, if people realize, a lot of times you'll see boxers, they never lift a weight, and they're so ripped.
Lean and ripped.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And it really is that workout. It's the resistance.
Yes.
It's crazy. And so, but you have, enhanced cardiovascular health, improved total body strength.
Yes.
Better hand-eye coordination. And here's the thing, when you have to switch your stance, that makes you, it helps with the Alzheimer's and all that stuff that, because you have to think.
Yes.
So it's great. It's great for the brain.
Yeah, no, it is great for the brain. And you know what? And we also like to say, just come to the club and we got you, right?
Right.
We will lay out everything that you need to do. We're going to fill you up with just positive vibes. We're going to love on you, right? We're going to push you and motivate you. And when you walk out, our motto is best hour of your day.
Right.
How can we make that the best hour of your day?
Right.
Members come in, and not everyone likes to work out, right? They're like, I got to go to the gym today. I don't want to work out. Come through the door. Welcome to Title. Come on.
Yeah.
We'll love on you. Put a smile on your face.
Right.
After this hour, I want your day to be better than it was an hour ago.
Well, I think hitting that bag is really, it gets the endorphins going, and you just feel better. You just get out a lot of stress. You feel happier.
Yes.
For whatever reason, you just get, you feel better about whatever's going on.
Whatever it is.
It's great. So it definitely decreases your stress, and it says improved body composition. So it says, this is just a couple of, an article I pulled up, but, it just basically is, pushing boxing, because I think it's just such a great
workout. It really is awesome. And the testimonies that you hear from members, there was, just the other day, I had a member come up to me and was like, all right, Bryan, I got to share this story with you. I've been coming here, I've been here for the last year, 3 times a week, right? And she said, and I wanted to just lose weight. That's why I signed up.
Right.
And I watched the scale. It went up 5 pounds over the last year. She was like, and I was so frustrated. She said, but then I went to my annual checkup, and the doctor, they take all of your vitals and body fat and everything. The doctor came back in and was like, oh my gosh, you've put on 12 pounds of muscle in a year.
Right.
Your body fat is the lowest I've
she's
ever
probably leaner.
seen. Leaner, down in clothes sizes.
Right.
And she's like, I was so frustrated because I was a slave to this scale, and she was like, here I am in the best shape of my life.
Right.
So stories like that just across the board. Right. Yeah.
Well, I know I put on weight this summer just because I was eating and drinking and having fun, but I was at Title religiously almost every day all summer.
Yes.
And I have a chronic knee issue, and my orthopedic doctor said, your leg is stronger. You've been working out.
Nice.
So, it does make a difference.
Right.
I really believe so too, and I think, with the numbers, and I think when you do that, you decrease the stress, the cholesterol goes down, and all of that stuff, the blood pressure, it really is amazing.
It is.
So, anyway, but, we need to talk about falling in love this fall. And this is dating advice for second lifers, and it's the Just Steph rules of dating. Dear future husband, here's a few things you need to know if you want to be my one and only, my life. All right, so, I want to talk about, the fall is such a great time. You're done with your summer. It's a great time to sort of do a little fall cleaning, get your life organized. Everybody's back to school, back to work, and you get back in your, I didn't have a very good, schedule all summer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think part of that is I think it's a great time to find a new love. Well, not if you already have one.
Okay. Right.
If you already have one,
if you
already have one and you're happy, stay where you're at.
Right. Maybe the fall's a good time to get back on a good love routine. I don't know.
Well, yeah. Even if you're with somebody, it's a lot of fun. I think the fall is great because when the weather cools down, it's a great time to cook in,
mm-hmm.
and have
mm-hmm.
make great meals at home.
Right.
I love that.
Right.
And the best part, and one of the things it said in these articles that I was reading is, if you're looking for a guy, the best place to be is at a local bar that serves wings on Sunday.
On a Sunday.
And that's right, it's raining men, baby. If you want a man, just show up at anybody, they're watching football. I mean, that's where they're at. And you know what? If you can't beat them, join them, right? You might as well. And here's the funny thing, I never really cared I'm like, all right, whatever, with the game. Okay. But it's so social and fun. I love to do Sunday Fun Day at my house. And I love to make, stuff and food and dips and whatever. But that's a great time to, it's a great way to start meeting, new people. And
mm-hmm.
football is I think it's just so social.
Football is a social sport. It really is. And that's what I think has made it very popular over the last, however many years.
Yeah.
Is that now it's a family thing. It's a family outing, right?
Right.
Women have gotten involved in it, know more about the game.
Right.
They've. I will say this because I'm a defensive player. So the league has made the game to where there's more scoring because scoring is popular. It's exciting, right? And that's why I think a lot of the rules have now kind of catered towards the offense.
Right.
Because it allows, it allows more for just everyone to kind of get involved. And so I don't know. That's my 2 cents on that.
Well, I mean, because the girl, at the collegiate level, the girls are going to the games with and it's all part of it. So I went to an all-girls Catholic college just outside of Boston.
Yes.
Now, granted, Doug Flutie was a senior when I was a freshman, right down the street at BC. But but for me, that wasn't but all these nice big universities, it's so fun.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen my kids be part of this whole SEC,
the college game day experience.
Camaraderie,
mm-hmm.
and with their fraternities and all of that. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Did you do a fraternity?
I did not.
You didn't?
I did not, no.
I did
not pledge.
But my kids, that's what my kids are all doing that. And so they, and I think it makes it, and they have to learn, and here's what's great. My kids all did cotillion here in Atlanta.
Nice.
And they were so mad at me. They hated me for it. And I said, well,
my daughter did it also.
Yeah, but you know what?
Awesome.
It's nice, right? They learn what to do.
Yeah.
And when they went off to college and they
mm-hmm.
were pledges and all of that, they had to pull up all that data that they learned at cotillion because they had to invite girls on their dates,
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. to the game. And they had to get dressed up for a football game.
Nice.
So I think that kind of, that's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
That old school sort of dating, I think that's fun. And with the weather cooling down, it's movie time, you can go to the movies. I love that.
Take walks in the park.
I don't think the movies is a great first date, though.
You can't really...
Because you can't talk.
Exactly.
You can't talk, unless you don't want to see them or whatever. All right, I don't know what this is. But, I think that, dinner and a movie is awesome.
Uh-huh.
Especially now you can get a cocktail at the movie theater.
Yes.
That's kind of fun.
A cocktail, your whole meal.
I know.
It's dinner and a movie.
I know.
Up
The
into
Cinebistro. The Cinebistro, too.
Yes,
they have the
movie
meals.
grill.
Yeah, and so they have all that. But, but even if you go, to Phipps, you know, there's Davio's is right there to eat, so you can go to the movies and then go get something to eat, whatever.
Yes.
It's a great, I think the fall, it's party season.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always great to have a date for a party. You know, there's lots of parties, there's Halloween parties, although I'm not a big costume girl. Do you do costumes?
No, I'm not.
I don't do them.
Halloween party person. No.
I'm going to call you and ask for your Falcons uniform this year. Maybe a cheerleader. Anyway, so no, they have all that, but there's the holidays, and then there's all these holiday parties, and, you know, it's so much stuff going on. Like, even this Sunday, there's a Falcons meetup. There's lots of fun things to do on dates.
Right.
So I think it's the fall can be a really fun time.
So now, do you think the fall is better than any other season?
I have had the best luck in the fall.
In the fall. Okay. All right.
So yeah, my guy, my best guy, I met him actually last summer at the feast, and we should have known each other, but I mean, I can't believe we don't even know each other. Even to this day, we're like, we have all these same friends. But we started going out in November.
Okay.
So, and it's been great. I think so that's great. But I sort of think that everybody's sort of buckled down doing stuff, and I think you're into a nice routine. So yeah,
Right.
I do think it's a good time. I think once the holidays come, everybody's a little scattered.
Right.
And then, although the winter down here is not so bad, but if you're living up north, it's indoor activities.
It's not getting out too much.
Well, it's indoor activities.
There it is.
Right? So, but that's good. That's, it's all fun. So I think summer can be like, there's so much going on.
Right.
Who's having a barbecue, who's, going away and all that. It's kind of hard, because I was dating a guy a couple of years ago, and when I met him, I already had a trip planned to Boston for 3.5 weeks.
Okay.
And that was the last time I saw him.
Oh, wow.
That was it.
Nothing long distance there. Wasn't
No.
No.
Well, no, we talked and stuff, but then it just didn't work out, for whatever reason. And so I think it's kind of hard, when I have my life already planned, you have plans, and then you meet somebody in the spring, or you already have your summer planned out, and it's just
That's true.
It can be a little bit.
That is true.
It can be a little tougher.
Right.
So, but if you're already established, then your summer can be fun together.
Mm-hmm.
So I think meeting somebody in the fall can be a great time. So that's my thought. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, more Bryan Scott. And this one is for the birthday peeps, Tammy, Hefty, Kelly Angelo, and Brant Braswell Barber. Happy birthday, peeps. Love you. Okay, so we have about 3 minutes or so.
Nice.
So, anyway, it's easy.
Yeah.
So easy.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll talk about all these. Let's see, I can't see it on my, let's see, who's here? Let's say hi. Okay. Let's see. Okay, it says, what is he saying, this guy? Hi, Trisha, how are you? Hi, Paul. Melissa. She's from Title Boxing.
Nice.
In Danvers.
Oh, Melissa Gate, I know Melissa.
She
Yeah,
goes,
she's a trainer.
love the Boston. She's the best.
Yeah.
She's the
Yeah.
best. She is oh my God.
She's awesome.
I
Yeah.
love her class.
She's awesome. Her, Andrew, Joe,
We
Ryan.
got a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, The Verge. We got a lot of people here. Okay. So, go Pats. Good show. This is Brian Orsino from Boston. I went to grammar school with him.
Nice.
Anyway, but oh God. So now, what will you do on Sunday? Will you have people over for your
On
house
Sunday?
and watch football?
No, Sunday is just a relaxed day.
Family day?
Yes, it is a family day.
I'm thinking about what's his name when Cuba Gooding went in Jerry Maguire. Like the whole family was
The whole
over.
family, yeah.
That was so
no.
funny. He goes, say it, Jerry. Say it. Show me the money.
Show me the money.
Say it.
Show me the
No.
money.
Show me the money. He goes, you're not what do you say? You're not hijacking a single
Right.
That was the best. Oh my God. I love that movie. That was so funny.
1 minute.
1 minute, okay. You had me at hello. I love it. Seconds. It's a good song. I'd like somebody to pay my rent. Okay, we're back and we have more Bryan Scott. Bryan, I'm so happy you're here today. We're going to talk more about your career and all of that. So how did you, you went to Penn State.
I did,
Where
yes.
were you from originally?
Yes, from right in Bucks County, so right outside of Philadelphia.
Okay,
Yep.
Philly.
Yep.
Nice.
Yes.
So, okay, so how did you were you playing football as a kid? Did you do all that?
I did, yeah. So I started playing football. I was 5
Mm-hmm.
for our local community team, the Warminster Pioneers.
Nice.
That's where it all began.
Did you ever go? Did they ever ask you to come back and speak?
I've been back very few times, right, since moving to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
But I stay in contact with some of my coaches from Little League,
Nice.
right? So influential even then. And, you know, people always ask, well, what's different? I'm like, you know, the foundation, it's all the same.
Right.
The fundamentals, right?
Right.
That never changes. It's
Right.
just how do you just become more efficient and effective at what you're doing? But
Right.
what I was taught at, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's kind of carried me through. So
Right.
it's been really awesome, yes.
Nice. So, did you play anything else? You played baseball? No, any
I
of
did
that?
play baseball. I tried my hand in soccer. I played basketball. I ran track.
Right.
I was one of those kids that was just really active.
Right.
Yeah. And then in high school, it was those main 3 sports, so track, football, and basketball.
Right.
And then college, just football. So,
Right.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Yes.
So you got recruited for football and
I did.
for college.
I
Nice.
did, yes. And
That's
you know what?
D1?
It is Division One.
Nice.
It is. When I was in high school and I was thinking, I was like, man, you know what? I think I want to be like the next Michael Jordan. Like, that's every kid's dream, right? Michael Jordan, right? Yeah. I want to be Michael Jordan.
You could be doing Space Jam.
Right.
You could do Space Jam movie.
Right.
This is what I know.
And I'm about 6'1", and I didn't grow. I've been about 6'1" since I was in the 7th grade, so, I thought I was going to keep growing.
Right.
I kind of leveled off.
Right,
And,
that was it.
Yeah, when it came time for colleges, I was getting a bunch of Division I college letters, and basketball, it was more like Division III. So I was
Right.
like, you know what, I think football is choosing me. And I'm
Right,
gonna
right.
pursue it.
There you go. And so we know sort of how you got into boxing, but so tell us a little bit about the title boxing and what's going on here. What are you doing? You're up in Alpharetta.
Yes. Yes.
And are
We're
you,
up in Alpharetta.
what else is happening?
Yes. So like a Title Boxing Club, again, it is a full body workout. We say get fit, not hit, right? And we specialize in the power hour. So it's in a group setting, but it's not necessarily a group class, right? A group class is when everybody does whatever it is the trainer tells them to do, when they tell them to do it, right? And it can be kind of on rhythm. So, if everybody's punching and at the same time, that means you're working at the pace that is kind of given, right? With title, it's like, no, we're going to give you the combination, but because you have your own heavy bag, you work at your own pace.
Right.
So because of it, you have pro athletes that come in, amateur fighters, people that are getting into fitness for the first time.
Right.
Everybody walks out saying like, yo, that was awesome.
Right.
That was such a great time. And so it's just been really, really cool before I got into it. And so here's how, the world is so small. When I decided to become a franchisee, the first title boxing club that I went to outside of Atlanta was in Danvers. Yes, up in Danvers. And,
Number one.
Yes, and the owner there, good friends with him to this day. His name's Kenny Greer. And I went to the very first class. It was a 5 a.m. class. And when I tell you, I walked in and almost every bag was full.
I know.
Packed.
I know.
Right? And I was like, oh my gosh, it's so crazy. So my little happy chipper self, I would run around and I would ask, hey, my name's Bryan. I'm thinking about opening up a title in Atlanta. Why are you a member? And how long have you been a member? And those stories that I got from not just Danvers, but kind of all over,
Right.
I was like, man, these are like some serious testimonies. And, I met this lady. Her name's Nancy. Nancy G, if you're listening, up in Boston, right, at Danvers Club. At the time, they were running a plank challenge. And she was one of the top plank winners.
Right.
8 minutes and 30 seconds. You know, when you hold a plank on your elbows and toes, right?
I'm in about 3 minutes.
So her time was 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
That's crazy.
And I was like, Nancy, 8 minutes and 30 seconds. I was like, is Nancy here this morning? Like, can I meet her? And they were like, yeah, there she is in the back with her friends getting ready for the class.
Right.
I was like, that's Nancy. So I ran over. Hey, Nancy, my name's Bryan. You know, I'm thinking about opening a title club in Atlanta. Why are you a member? Like, what has title done for you? And she said, and I was like, in the plank, 8 minutes, 30 seconds. She's like, yeah. She said, I'm about to turn 60, this at the time, 63.
Wow.
So now I'm thinking she's probably like, this was 2.5 years ago, right?
Right, so she's like 65.
Yep. And she was like, yeah, and I've been a title member for a little while now, and I can now hold a plank for 8 minutes and 30 seconds, and I've lost about 20, 30 pounds. Like,
nice.
Just stories were awesome.
Right.
So, I called my wife immediately. I was like, this is what I want to do. This is providing a platform for people, you know, that need it to just help better their lives.
Well, it's amazing that you went to Danvers. Like, that's my club. That's my club when I go home in Danvers. Like, Danvers, Mass. That's like north of Boston.
Yeah.
You know, it's like 30 minutes north of Boston.
Yeah.
And it's like that's sort of like my hood. Like, Danvers, you know, it's like unbelievable. It's like down the street from my, you know, this is where I go. So that's kind of crazy. But, you know, with those classes, 5 o'clock, I would go to the 6:15 a.m. class.
Okay. Yep.
And I would see that 5 o'clock class, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, how do they do it? Because you got to get up at like 4.
You got to get up at 4 something. Yes.
So,
yes.
and I would go to 6:15, and that was crowded, but actually not as crowded as the 5.
It's the 5, yeah.
And so, you know, it's
but you know what it is about the 5 o'clock class? Even though people don't like to wake up, like you're getting up super early and it's tough. That 1 hour, you're up, you start your workout at 5, you're done by 6.
Right.
You walk out and you feel like you can conquer the world.
And you're ready for work.
And
by,
the world
you
is
can be ready
still,
for work at 8
half the
o'clock.
world is still asleep.
Right.
Right? There's no, there's no traffic going, there's no traffic coming home. And it really is an awesome feeling if you can kind of get into that routine. Yeah.
It is great. You just have to go to, well, I'm like, what time are you going to bed?
Early, yes.
I'm like, you're going to bed at like 8.
Yeah.
You know, so, which is not terrible, but you know, it's kind of early. But it's an amazing, that club is amazing.
Yes.
And they did like this year when I was there, I was too tired, I didn't get up, but they did a workout at Nahant Beach.
Okay.
Like everybody met at Nahant Beach, at the beach, and they did, they're doing another challenge coming up, and they do like a boxathon.
Okay.
So they do lots of stuff, and they're
Yes.
involved with the community, like they'll raise money for, you know, a local something or whatever. They do a lot of stuff, and it's a very, it's a lot, you know, for Boston's, it can be a tough place.
It can be.
It can be tough, you know, people are, you know, I think it has that ambiance of like, don't come near me. But the truth is everybody is so nice.
Everyone was really nice when I went up there.
They're so nice.
Really nice.
And if you're nice, they're going to welcome you, and then now you're part of the family.
Yeah.
See, this is right, the family. It's a family. And this is how they talk. They talk, come on, Title. Come on, you know, Melissa, she's like, all right, Title, let me see it. She goes like this, I'll be like checking in on Facebook. She goes, you're not texting, are you? No, heck, no, I was scared. But it's such a great, you know, it's just such a great place. So what's next? Please tell me what I want to hear. What is next for Title Atlanta?
Yes. So as we currently speak, we have a title that's going up in Kennesaw, and they open their doors the end of this month, right?
Okay.
On their grand opening, yes, which is really exciting. And then we are now currently looking for a spot in Buckhead. So
there it is.
We are. There it is. Yes. Yes. And you know what? I have to say, it was just almost confirmation, because I was going through the whole process, and you know, I was kind of like, man, all right, we need to get a spot in Buckhead. And just kind of going through, you know, anything that you want. Every rose has its thorns, right?
Right.
And I was just dealing with one of those moments of having a thorn in my side pertaining to the whole process.
Right.
And I got your voicemail, got your email. Bryan, you don't know who I am. My name is Stephanie, and you need to open up a title in Buckhead as soon as possible. It was just the confirmation. I was like, yes, I have to keep going.
Right.
I got to keep pushing, because this is something that will be just awesome in that area. You know.
So how long are we talking? Because I sat in traffic for a while.
I understand
going
that.
to Alpharetta.
Yes, coming up to Alpharetta. So we are just trying to secure our space right now. And
Okay, what can I do to help you? I mean, do I need to come out? Do I need to get my baseball bat out of my car? I mean, do I have to pull it? You know, I have to make somebody an offer they can't refuse.
Get the family together.
Can we get the family? Do we need a couple of leg breakers? I don't know. That's terrible. I'm just kidding.
So no, what we're still kind of looking at is on our timeline is early 2018. So we're coming up in the fourth quarter of 2017.
Right.
And yes, by early 2018, have this up and running. So.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
that's not good enough, but it's all right. I can live with it. All right, I can live with it. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm excited. Yeah, you have to come back. And
Definitely.
once we get you up,
Yes.
we got you up and running in Buckhead, and I'm like standing out there like holding signs, I'll be like the ring the
ring girl.
The ring girl.
With the signs, right?
Yeah.
One coming up.
All right, so we're going to take another break, and when we come back, Living Atlanta, and this one is for Jeffrey Caholen, Melissa Gator, and Michelle Fry. Thanks for liking my Just Steph page. Love you guys. So now we're just going to do, I'm going to ask you what you're doing this weekend.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to say a few things that are going on this weekend
Yes.
in and around town.
Okay.
So if there's any, and if you have any events that are happening at Title Boxing and you want to
Yes.
say them, you can.
Okay.
Do you have anything?
Awesome. So not this weekend. Next Saturday, we're having a toiletry drive for hurricane victims.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's being put on actually by the NFL Players' Wives Association
Oh, nice.
here in Atlanta. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So is your wife part of that? She
was? Yes and no. So
Right.
she'll be there.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
But it's just dropping off toiletries, and I think they're going to set up like the Kona Ice Station and face painting, and
Oh,
we're just
fun.
asking for toiletries.
Right.
No money, just
Right.
toilet paper, toothbrushes, like
You
things
know
that
what,
people
too?
need. And for Harvey, and you know what, with Hurricane Irma coming up, it might have to go there as well. So
You know what I have? I have I'm like a typical old-fashioned Italian.
Yes.
I take whatever isn't nailed down.
Uh-huh.
So my boyfriend's like, oh my God, here's a mad Sicilian. But I take all the toiletries that I don't use at the hotels. I have so many. I have a bucket this big of toiletries. I never use them.
You don't use them.
I never use them. So that could be
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
Please, yeah.
I can give you some of those.
So next
I'll only
Saturday
give you some,
from
though.
9 to 12. Yeah, just some, just a couple. We don't need all of them. We don't want all of them.
I'm so cheap.
Yes, no,
it's
it's
so
okay.
bad. And that's why, because I'm so bad. And so, that, my boy's like, because if I pay for a gym membership, by God, I'm going.
Right.
I'm like,
right.
I am not, people buy clothes and they don't take the tag.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm taking the tags off on the way out the door.
Yeah.
Trying to put them on. I'm just like that. It's just so old fashioned like that. That's my grandmother. She would take salt and pepper shakers. Oh, I'm a nut. Oh God, we got 1 minute.
All right.
All right, Abel. This music's good today. I'm sorry, not sorry. All right, we are back, and you wanted to know where to go this weekend, and you've been waiting for Living Atlanta. Don't believe it, just watch. All right, so listen, remember, now that it's football season and everybody's drinking their beers at the tailgate, drink responsibly, drive responsibly, call designated driver, Call Uber, call a friend, call a cab, leave your car at the valet. Please do not drink and drive. So what are you going to do this weekend?
This weekend coming up. All right, so there is a Penn State football game. We are Penn State, yes,
I know.
against Pitt. But excitingly, my dad's coming in town.
Oh,
Yeah, to
nice.
see the grandkids. They call him Pop Daddy. So Pop Daddy will be in town this
Oh,
weekend,
that's
which
cute.
will be fun. Yes, and then Saturday morning, for those that want to come out, come on, because I'm training a class at Title Boxing Club. Co-training it with my fellow trainer, DJ.
I know, he's super fun.
Yes, so we'll have fun Saturday morning, that's at 9:30.
Yay.
And then the rest of the weekend, just kind of relaxing, laying low, yeah.
So let me ask you this before I get into the living in Atlanta. Could somebody come and give the class a try for free?
Yes, right now they can, yes, come on.
So,
Be my special guest. Say,
there you go.
I heard you on Just
Just
Steph.
so
Come
all
on
the
in.
Alpharetta, I know I have Alpharetta friends too.
Yes.
So, anybody out there, go to, it's on 735
735 North Main Street. Yes.
in Alpharetta,
Yes.
and you can go and catch a free class
Yes,
with
come
Bryan
catch that
Scott.
free class, yes.
And
So
make
the
sure
class
you
starts
tell
at
them Just Steph
9:30.
showed you.
So make sure
Told
you
you.
show up at like 10 after 9.
Yeah,
right?
but you gotta
Because
wrap.
It's a crowd. You gotta wrap your hands.
You gotta
Get
wrap.
a bag because it's a crowded,
And if you need
crowded
gloves, you
class.
need to borrow gloves
Exactly.
and all
You
that
want
stuff.
to take you through a tutorial, make
You're
sure
gonna sign
you
the
throw
waiver.
punches correctly and everything.
You're gonna sign the waiver.
Yes.
You're gonna sign the waiver. That's not meant to be scary. So, well, this weekend I'm actually heading to, tonight I'm gonna watch the game.
Okay.
And then my son's coming over, and my 22-year-old, and I'm gonna cook for him, and then we're gonna watch the game. But this weekend I'm heading to Mississippi State to visit my
Nice.
son, which I'm very excited about.
Nice.
And then
Nice. And what year is he?
he's a freshman.
Okay.
He's
Oh,
brand
yeah,
new.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm going out there to visit him and see what's
Mhm.
going on. I'm taking my mom with me, and we're gonna go
Okay.
visit him and take him out to eat and buy him whatever he needs, for
Yes.
whatever. So and then we get a phone call? Okay, let's hear it. Hey, this is Just Steph. Who's this? Oh, great. There you go.
Definitely. Duly noted.
There you go.
Duly noted. Snellville Grayson.
Oh, well, I'm so glad that you're interested, and thank you so much for listening. And I know Brian totally appreciates that, because it's more
Definitely.
incentive for him to bring there's title boxings on every corner in Boston.
In Boston, yes.
It's unbelievable. You drive
Yes.
the highway, you see 3. So we need to do that here in Atlanta, and I think Atlanta deserves title boxing.
That is true. Now let me ask, have you ever boxed before? Awesome, awesome. Well, okay. It is a long trip. Yes, it is a long trip. Now, we actually do have a member that lives out in Conyers that works in Smyrna, and they come to us in Alpharetta.
Oh gosh.
As crazy as that is.
That's
But
crazy.
listen, would still love to offer just for you to try it one time, right? What are you doing this Saturday? 9:30. No, it's like a triangle.
Triangle.
Alpharetta is north.
Alfred is north up 400.
Yes.
So, but you know what? Brian's offering for you to come up and give it a try this Saturday, and then maybe down the road when they open up, either you can come to Buckhead or even if you.
And you said Grayson, Snellville Grayson, correct?
There you go.
Yes.
Well, there you go. There you go.
There you go. Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
Now he's got it. Now he's got it. Thanks, honey. We're going to go on with Living in Atlanta. Thank you so much for listening. Love you. All right, honey. Have a great day. Bye-bye. All right. So, wow, there you go. Now you got
Awesome.
people all over the place looking for title boxing. So I think on Sunday I'm going to go hit Huey Louie's in Sandy Springs for the Kenny's kickoff crew to watch the Falcons.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
we're doing that. Maybe get some skinny margaritas and some chips. So all right. So this is what's going on this weekend. Now, of course, Deb Bowman. She's starting tomorrow night at Bread and Butterfly. She's gonna be singing there Fridays in September. But she's every Tuesday at the Regent Cocktail Club. And it's super. If you want a view of the city, that Regent Cocktail Club, it's up above American Cut in Buckhead,
Okay.
Atlanta. It's beautiful. It's a lovely place, and they have appetizers and food. Now, DJ Vanessa Hunley is always on Thursday nights at G's in Midtown doing karaoke, and she does Sunday Fun Day karaoke there as well. Wednesdays she's at Metro Cafe Diner in downtown, and that's from 8:30 to 3 a.m. Johnny Perazzo is Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays at Whiskey Mistress. Always, he's a blast. And I saw Billy Allen yesterday at Buttermilk Kitchen, and he's got some big stuff going on at Whiskey Mistress. So stay tuned. I've got some announcements for that. He's got some fun stuff happening there. Now, every night there's music at Dixie Tavern, City Winery, and Venkman's on Tuesday is Joe Granson's free jazz jam every Tuesday, and Wednesday they have trivia. And, of course, there's always music at Smith's Old Bar. And, of course, if you need to know anything, all the details, Living Atlanta calendar on juststeph.com. Now, tonight, 3 Sheets in Sandy Springs is from 5 to 9 is having their Sparkling September, and they're pairing small plates with some sparkling wines. Now, Red Phone Booth in Atlanta is from 8 to 11 is having their first anniversary party. Friday night, Lure Meridian at Perimeter is 8 to 11 is jazz night, and that's free, and they have jazz, cool drinks, cool eats, and all of that. Mad Life Stage and Studios in Woodstock is an Electric Ave for the 80s experience, which is super fun. Now, Saturday, of course, Saturday morning at 9:30, Title Boxing.
Let's get it.
So for your free class, definitely. And now cardio, there's also a free class in Midtown for Cardio Blast at Body Design Personal Training, and that's a 45-minute class that runs you right through Georgia Tech. And City Winery is having from 1 to 3 p.m. a tailgate kickoff party. Mm-hmm. So that's super fun. Have you been to City Winery in Ponce Market?
City Market.
It's
actually
awesome.
Yes, I have. It's awesome.
It's
yes,
a great place.
Yes, it is.
And now, also, what's going on from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. is at Cabo Cantina on Far Road. It's a free pop-up party. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Now, Sunday, of course, is Huey Louie's, Kenny's kickoff crew from 12 to 6. Come say hi to me. I'll be there. Kenny, my guy, he's going to be there. He's running it. He's always there. He's lots of fun. Kenny is a blast. And then now Sunday night is New York Prime. Have you ever been to New York Prime?
I have not. No.
You know what? Guess who I met there?
Who's that?
Matty Ice. Wow.
Good guy, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe we get him to come on here. Right?
I dare you to wear your Tom Brady jersey.
I'm wearing it. Hey, he's a BC boy. We like him. The Boston people like him. So anyway, so on Sunday night at New York Prime, it's a Woodford Reserve whiskey dinner, and it's at 6 p.m. and it's $69 a person. I can tell you right now, $69 for like the meal is like probably a third of the cost. So you get a whole meal and then the tastings, and I think you get cigars and all that stuff. And of course, there's Sunset Sessions at Park Tavern, and that's free through October 1st. They have different bands every week. Angela Rain, this is my good friend Angela. She's at Eddie's Attic this Sunday from 8:30 to 11. So, and it's going to be a nice, intimate little crowd. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Cosmic Gypsies are at Johnny's Hideaway. Have you been to Johnny's Hideaway?
I have not. No.
Oh. You haven't been to Johnny's Hideaway. Oh, my God. We need to get your wife, and we need to go. My goodness. It's an experience.
Okay.
It's 8:30 and $5 cover. Tuesday at Hammocks in Sandy Springs is Lobster Night. Wednesday is Martini Night. So that's it. Will you come back?
I will.
Yeah, that's what's going on. It's lots of fun stuff going on around town, right?
For having me today.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yes.
So easy. So easy. We'll have to have you back around Super Bowl.
Sounds good. When the Falcons make that appearance.
Wouldn't that be fun to have a rematch?
That would actually be great.
That'd be fun. I'll
Yes.
definitely have a big party.
Yes.
But next year the Super Bowl's here.
It's here in Atlanta. Yes, it is.
So
Yes, it
I
is.
told my football-loving boyfriend from Boston, I'm like, you're gonna have to come.
Gotta
Come down here.
No, that'll be
So, yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. So I'm a podcast on iTunes, so you never have to miss a beat, just Steph. And I'll be posting all this stuff later, so in case you missed the show, you never have to miss it. Never have to miss all the fun. And I have a big shout out to my Boston birthdays, Vanessa Salvucci, Stephen Mandrakia, and Wendy Smith. Happy birthday, guys. Next week, I have Ricky Schultz. She is the author of Mr. Right Swipe. So that's going to be a lot of fun with her. And we have more things coming up. I think I got Joe Granson coming in here. Johnny Perazzo's coming in. And hopefully we'll get Rusty
lineup.
back. And I don't know, I haven't heard from Rusty. He's in absentia, but we'll get him back here. So I am all over the place. I'm on Facebook, Just Steph, Twitter at Steph Palermo, YouTube. I got my YouTube channel, Instagram, Pinterest. Where else? I've been Snapchatting with my nieces in Boston, but you know, I'm everywhere. So you never have to miss Just Steph, and I'll be around town. So make sure you come say hi. I know I love you all. Wishing you love, balance, and peace. Ciao, ciao, baby. Yay, that's it. That's a wrap.
Excellent.
A lot of fun.
Excellent.
Oh my God, what a
Yes.
blast. All right, kids. Love you in Facebook land. Ciao.